What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to more informational content. All right. I feel like it's a crime that I'm dropping all of these free videos. I feel like I'm doing wrong to my mentorship group, but they don't care, right? They're getting all the advanced content. They know who they are. They don't really care. They're okay, right? Because they want to see you guys win as well. So for the less fortunate people that don't have the money to like join the mentorship or like, pay for all this stuff, that's why I'm giving some of the free nuggets free. And mostly nobody takes advantage of this free information anyway. So the ones that are here taking advantage of the information, you're the ones that's going to be successful. Okay. So jumping straight into it, this video is going to be about why does the markets move and how can we determine, where the market's going and stuff like that. Right. So this video is based on a post that I had recently in my Instagram, and I asked a question, and one of my followers basically realized that the markets move from supply and demand to supply and demand, right? I'm gonna just say it moves from S&D zones to S&D zones, and it was like a aha moment for them, and they were so surprised. And they're not even part of my mentorship; they're just watching free videos, so they're learning from the free videos that I dropped here. So and it was like an aha moment for them, and I was like, yeah, that I got that aha moment like a while ago as well, when you realize how the markets actually move and the cycles and everything like that, right? So that's what I'm going to be talking about: market cycles and how the market actually moves. So this is how the market moves. The market moves in cycles. Whether it's going to be a larger time frame cycle, a smaller time frame cycle, it usually moves in cycles like this. So you're going to have an accumulation, a reaccumulation, and a distribution, and I'm going to explain this cycle. So here is the first part of the cycle, which is going to be your accumulation. This is a bullish market cycle. So this is in a bullish environment. When the market is in a buyer's market, this is how it should move. Okay, you're going to have that accumulation. That accumulation is just buy orders getting in. So any buyers that is willing to get into the market here, this is where they get in. And the reason why buyers get into the market here is because the market is sold off, which means we are in discounted pricing. So it is easier to buy the market at less prices. So think about it. If you are trying to buy something, you want a discount. So apply that same knowledge to the markets, right? When the markets is falling down, right, they're reaching into discounted pricing, giving buyers the opportunity to get in to get their orders filled, right? Once that happens, buyers get in here, the market accumulates and it goes higher. This is the origin. This is what we call the origin of our market cycle. It's going to be that accumulation, that first area that created all of this bias. Okay. The reaccumulation is like an automatic reaction that happens after we get the accumulation. Okay, meaning once we have the accumulation, we're gonna have a reaccumulation that follows that accumulation, because basically it's another accumulation, which means just by the market rebuying itself. We consider this as a continuation move. So this is the origin, that's the continuation move. It is like an automatic thing that happens after the accumulation just to get the market to even go even higher, right? So right, that's the market cycle. So what do you think happens when the market reaches a high price? We get into premium pricing. So this is where distribution comes in. Distribution means a distribution of orders. Okay, that is sellers getting in and potentially these buyers taking profits. When these buyers take profits, right? So when these buyers here take profits, especially if it's a bullish market, if it's a like really heavily bullish market, right? This could not always mean sellers. Right, it's not always going to be mean sellers. Distribution does not always mean sellers. Accumulation does not always mean buyers. Okay, that is something advanced that we know. But in a primarily bullish market, we know that once the market gets to premium pricing, these buyers here may want to start taking orders. So in order for them to sell their orders, or in order for them to get out of the market, in order for them to get out of buy orders, they have to get the opposite side, right? They have to sell them. Right? So when they do that, this is how they take profits. They sell their orders. Okay. So once they do that, you have a distribution, right? They usually do this at premium pricing once they made their profits. So what do you think happens to the market after that? The market will go down and will most likely redistribute. And now once we come back into these prices here, right, the market will either reaccumulate again, which it'll create another market cycle. So we'll have an accumulation here, and the market will go higher. Why? Because we are in a bullish market cycle. So why am I saying this? What importance does this mean? Well, look at the market. So it's not going to look like this. Okay. We know the market does not look as clean like this as I'm drawing it, but I want you to just get the idea in your head that the market is moving from demand zone to potential supply zone. There could have been supply up here that gave this reaction and things like that, right? So now let me go into the actual markets. I just want to give you guys this explanation. Now on the opposite side, this happens the same way on the opposite side for sellers, right? It's just flipped over. So instead it's going to start with a distribution, redistribution, and it's going to go down to accumulation. Okay, so I'm not going to get too deep into this. I don't want to confuse you guys. If you want more information, you know where to join. All right, so let's go into the markets. What do you see here? So if you can kind of remember what I showed you, and I'm going to use EU as a perfect example. So in EU right now, even though we're building a distribution on the higher time frame, right? We explained that in the group as well. But even though we're building a bigger distribution, let's look at this kind of just market moving, right? So what do you see here? The market creates what? We create this accumulation here. We reaccumulate here as exactly what I was showing you guys, and we distribute right here. Okay, so what does the market do? So down here, we were in discounted pricing. The market goes higher, right? Buyers get in, we go in, we buy again, market goes higher. And then here you can see that distribution that I was showing you guys, right? What has happened? The market goes lower, we come back into discounted pricing where we previously accumulated. So we know this as a point of interest. We know this as a supply zone, well, demand zone, I'm sorry. We know this area as a demand zone, okay? So what happens once we get into this demand zone? What do we see here? Market goes ahead and accumulates again. Look at this accumulation, right? Market goes ahead and reaccumulates. And what do? We distribute, okay? What happens after that? Market comes back down. So you can see we accumulate back at discounted pricing, we reaccumulate, and then the market distribute, taking money, right? They distribute their orders. What happens after that? The market sells off back into what? Back into the previous demand zone. Okay, this is all on a higher time frame. The previous major demand zone where we bought from before. What happens? We accumulate again. We accumulate again, and look, we reaccumulate, and then we distribute. This is the market cycle I was just showing you guys. Accumulation, reaccumulation, distribution, right? I wouldn't tell you guys that if it doesn't happen in the market. You just have to know how to recognize it. Now, this is on a higher time frame scale. This is on a higher time frame level. This happens on the minute time frame, the 15-minute, the 1 hour. These lower time frames, the market happens as well. You just have to understand market cycle, understanding where the market is. To be able to trade this on the lower time frames, you have to be advanced in understanding exactly where you are in the market, right? That's more that you can get very, very lost in this if you don't understand exactly what you're doing. But it comes down to market structure and understanding who's in control. But in this case, we had accumulation, reaccumulation, back to a distro. Okay, so this is how the market moves, guys. Now, in this case on EU, this is a seller's market, right? We can see that because what happens, the market is instituting distribution, and we're just building sales, and sellers finally took over. And now all these buy orders that was used up is filling these sell orders. And guess what the market's going to do, right? We have this distribution here. We had a couple redistros as we're going down. Let me zoom in for you guys to show you guys that I am not kidding. Distribution, redistribution, 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 redistribution. So this right here is the prime essence of a seller's market. So what do you think is happening? Let me show you guys here. We distribute here, right? We didn't quite come up to this distribution, which is a supply. We redistributed. Market taps into this redistribution here. Market goes lower. Okay. Market taps into this supply zone here. Market goes lower. Market taps into this supply zone here. Market goes lower. Market taps into the supply zone here. Market goes lower. Market almost got into that supply zone. We got close, but we did tap into this this smaller area here. And let me fix my lines. My lines are ugly right now. But we got into this smaller area here and we pushed lower. So what do you think I'm looking for? I'm gonna follow the trend that's going down, right? This is current market right now. we got another redistribution. We got another selling pressure that just happened. Why do you think I have this area here? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to tap back into here and to continue selling, as long as we continue showing that, of course. But let me go down the lower time frame. Let me show you guys something. This is live markets right now. So what's going on in the lower time frame, guys? What I just showed you guys. Market is at discounted pricing. We have accumulation, reaccumulation, and then potential distribution. Okay, that's what I'm looking for right here. Prime example of the market cycle. This is how the markets move. And it's no coincidence that this distribution is coincidentally about to happen if we do happen inside of this area. Now we do have NFP tomorrow, so that's going to affect whatever is going to happen here. So personally, I might not be trading. By the time you guys see this, it's going to be way long gone, but this is on Thursday and tomorrow's Friday and it is NFP. So I don't know if I'm going to be trading this. I don't know if we'll get this distribution. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just showing you guys this example. Now, this doesn't happen cleanly every time in the markets, right? The markets is unpredictable. I can't predict the markets. I can't tell you guys that this is going to happen, is going to work every single time 100%. So do not risk your money thinking that this is going to happen 100% and it's guaranteed that this is going to work every time. No, it is not, right? I'm just showing you guys a highly probable way to determine true supply and demand in the markets and to understand how the markets move. Okay, so looking at this accumulation here, we knew that potentially we were going to buy from here and potentially we're going to keep buying from these areas until we got into these supply zones up here. Okay, so that is what I meant when I was talking in my Instagram. And those of you who got confused, I'm showing you guys a visual representation. Now, this is much, I can simplify this even more for you guys, but this will be like a very, very long video. So I wanted to give you guys kind of like the just the overall view of what I mean. Now, if you want this simplified even more, I would suggest that you join our community. Okay, that is the only way, unless I'm going to just reveal everything to you guys, and I don't want to do that, right? So I'll try to get it out in bits and pieces, but this is going to be like a super long video if I try to explain everything, and it's a lot that goes into it. Now it's much simpler than this, right? This is just showing you guys the cycles, and I believe that was the easiest way to show you guys what I meant when I said the market moves from supply zone to demand zone to supply zone to demand zone. As I just showed you guys in this example here on EU, go to your other markets, right? Go to other markets and identify these major supply zones, these major demand zones, and see what the market does when it reaches to these areas. I guarantee you're going to see these reactions, right? You can see the market is just selling off. I guarantee you're going to see these reactions. Okay, so that is something to look at. That is something to give you guys an idea. Hopefully that's going to help you in your trading plan. Maybe you can add this and you can add this criteria. You don't have to trade this, but this gives you an understanding of how the market moves, which is going to help you trade in the future. So imagine you're looking at EU and you're seeing these things happen. You're seeing these supply zones are being built and respected. That applies to your trades. So now you know, hey, as EU is doing this, I should be looking for shorts. Okay, now what if EU, I know you guys are asking me, what if EU takes out this high? Great, that's great, because guess what? We are at discounted pricing on EU, right? We are at discounted pricing. So what do you think I'm going to do if we end up invalidating these areas? Once the market invalidates these areas and we retrace, I'm going to buy targeting these areas, right? And we're going to continue doing the same thing, but in the opposite direction, okay? Until we get into premium to sell again. It's that simple, guys. Okay, so that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm dropping these free gems for you guys. Don't miss out. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.